Everybody, Vince August here. It is Wednesday, May 27th, and today I want to talk about 6 feet of separation and how to enforce things in our country with these new changes. I don't want to call things a new norm because I don't think it's a new normal. I'm going to call them changes. Now, what is 6 feet? Well, it's what every Italian guy aspired to be that we never quite get there. It's also the amount of space that you need to keep from this guy before being called for a foul in the NBA. 6 feet of separation is a good idea. Look, if you don't know people or you're in a public place, you should be able to at least put your arms out and have that much space and freedom of movement. I mean, we want to be able to have your own space. And listen, we've tried having people have their own space in the past, and what did it do? It just brought creepier people closer to you. So we have to figure out a way to do this better, okay? And being Americans, we need to turn this into a game. We love games. So what I'm thinking is we need to start color coding our way through society and making it reward based. I think all sidewalks, all walking areas should now be turned into the game Candyland. I think we should now proceed on different colored spaces to help us get through life and to make people abide by these rules, have rewards at these different pit stops, have there be candy and peanut and gumdrops and all these kinds of things. In fact, I think we should further incentivize people to move the right way and turn it into a bigger game. Let's put chutes and ladder markers on the ground so that, you know what, maybe you're in front of somebody, but if you land on the wrong spot or don't do it right, you just shoot your way back down behind them. Look, I'm being a little bit sarcastic this morning. The truth of the matter is, how do we enforce all of this? How are we going to enforce all of these rules? Who do we trust to enforce all of these rules? Do you trust our government? Do you trust police to really enforce 6 feet of separation? Because look, what I've seen in the last year is we put people in jail for helping their kids get into college. Now listen, what Lori McLaughlin and Felicity Huffman did to get their kid into school, immoral, wrong that they paid. But think about what we're doing here. We put people in jail because they wanted to get their kid into a school. Because the danger in our society right now is these crazy Hollywood parents running around trying to get people into schools that their kids can't get into. Well, isn't there already a solution to that problem once their kid gets into school? Like if they don't do the work, they fail out. And you're saying, well, hold on a second. What about all the other people that could have gone to that school? Well, I have news for you. We can go to a lot of schools. See, that's the problem here. We put an emphasis on this school is better than that school. I want you to think about that. Okay, so what we're telling people is, look, if you go to that school, somehow you're going to get answers that you don't get if you go to the other school. So if you go to Notre Dame, you find out how World War II ended. But if you go to a community college, what, the Germans win the war? I mean, this is absolutely insane. The books in the schools are the same. There's no difference between the books in one school and the books in another school. The thing that makes a difference is the money that backs these schools and then the prestige that comes from there, because supposedly people from USC only hire people from USC. Well, then the problem doesn't seem to be the schools. It seems to be the hiring practices after people get out of the schools. Maybe we need better hiring practices. Okay, well that's bringing on a whole litany of other things. But again, we get back to the main point. Who enforces all of these rules? Our government. We have to trust our government to enforce rules. And how do we go about doing that? Through force and violence? This guy, all he did was forge checks. You know what he got for that? Killed. That's right, killed. And you know what? This guy stood by and watched it as that guy did it because he was just following the rules. So listen. We have to be a little bit more open-minded about how we do things and who we're putting in jail and who we're not putting in jail and who we're letting out of jail. Like, for example, in Tampa, they released someone accused of murder from jail because he could have spread the coronavirus. And you know what he did when he got out of jail? He murdered someone. Well, at least he didn't spread the coronavirus. Look, people, we are going into a changing time, and we have to figure out how to enforce rules, how to create rules, okay? But in doing so, Getting in trouble and going to jail shouldn't be something as easy as the roll of a dice.